Alright guys, today we are on the Ducati SuperSport. I've never ridden this before, so excited to give this a test run today. You are looking at the everyday commuter Ducati sport bike is what classifies this thing. Here, as always, at Garcia Moto in Raleigh, North Carolina. They've graciously let me take this thing out today and have some fun. Have no clue what to expect, so this will be a good consumer review. There are 3 of these left, and they are 2018 models, so they're looking to get rid of these pretty quickly. So this is probably the best price you'll ever be able to get into a Ducati right at this time. So just a quick note before we hop on here. Best thing about this is when I turned it on, I have some gas, unlike usual. So looking down at the dash, got a full digital dashboard, revs up to 11. Got your standard start, your hazards over here, brights, regular turn signals, right, left, push the center to disengage, horns loud, bright lights at the trigger on the left. So fairly straightforward controls. So let's go ahead and give it a go, guys. Right out of the gate, sounds good. So I'm excited. Alrighty. Has some torque. Did not expect that. So my riding position is a little bit forward, but it's not aggressive by any means. From the outside, most people will think this is a Panigale. So if you're worried about, well, if I don't get a Panigale, I don't really care, like I have to get a Panigale, like no one's going to tell the difference that this is a SuperSport versus a Panigale. It's still 120 plus horsepower. So this is still more than enough for the street, let's just put it that way. So like I said, what is this bike for? You can tell that my handlebars are not standard clip-ons. They have these risers on the right and left with their own preload adjustment on them. Standard clip-ons, my hands would be all the way down here, almost below the gas tank. Since this is Ducati's kind of commuter sport bike, you have the risers to help it be a little bit more comfortable. I'm not all the way over here leaning into the gas tank like a normal Panigale or sport bike. I'm a little bit more upright. Just to note some visibility stuff, the mirrors are really good. I can see very well through them. They've got, looks like, good adjustment over here from the center of the mirror, yeah. And then from there, you've got some menu stuff here that adjusts the bottom settings, engine temperature, total miles. As far as clutch release, it's pretty, it's not like a regular leader bike. It's right when you let go of the clutch, it starts to engage. Usually on the more high performance models meant for the track, your clutch will not engage until the very end. That's not the case with this, which will probably give you a little bit more control when you're in stop and go traffic, which is what this thing is more meant for, is commuting with speed. Oh, I love this bike. I love motorcycles in general, guys. So really smooth through the gears. In 3rd gear right now, 4th gear. I feel really stable. But man, this thing does feel like a sport bike. Don't get that wrong. It's ready to go. And keep in mind, like, I'm at 4 to 5K right now with more than enough power for commuting speeds. So I'm gonna get out on the highway up here, give it some gas. Some traffic out today. Nothing more fun than dodging cars, possibly in your life. Alright, so I'm gonna open it up a little bit here in a second. Feel how it gets going up to speed. Alright. Plenty of takeoff power. Since my stance is fairly forward, it feels fine. There is obviously some wind happening, just the nature of being on a bike like this on the highway. But this is not a multi-strada. This is not a touring bike, but it is a sport tourer, if you want to say it that way. Sport tourer with the aesthetics of a Panigale without having to rev up super high. So right now I'm going at 5K and the bike feels really good. It's smooth. It's not over revving, not over vibrating. It is a beautiful day to ride, that's for sure. The other thing about these SuperSports is they're fairly inexpensive to get into compared to other Ducati models. And for that person that doesn't want to get, and it's more comfortable, yeah, way more comfortable than a V4 or a 959 or an 899 if you have one of those. It makes way more sense to say, oh, I'm gonna ride this to work every day. Like, it makes way more sense to have one of these than to have a 1299 or a 959 you just ride to work and commute on. That is, it does have a nice stock sound to it though. It's really throaty. It's firing back at me a little bit. I've had some people come to the dealership that I've talked to before and like, well, I want to start on a V4. You will kill yourself on that bike. Do not get a V4 or a 1299. You will die. Woo! If I tuck in, let me see what it's like tucking in. Okay, the wind is all the way over me now that I'm in full tug. So there's nothing hitting my head when I'm down. Now I am riding almost upright right now though. So when I'm completely upright like this, it feels a little bit like a naked bike feel. So who's this bike for? It could be a primary bike for a commuter that doesn't want to have a super bike, a complete super bike engine, or for someone who doesn't want, or is getting back into riding motorcycles, doesn't want to be able to kill themselves at one twist of the throttle. It's just stupid. 90% of people don't need to be getting on a V4, like in general, unless you are super advanced. See how it leans down here. Feels good cornering with it. Little bump. Suspension's great. Woo, feels good. Brakes feel fantastic. It's not that sticky. It's kind of a gradual pull. I'm definitely a fan of it. You're not gonna accidentally over brake on this. Let me go down to the rear brake here. feels good. But man, this is probably the quickest I've done this route, just letting you know. That tells you, I've never been on this bike, have to tell you guys that, and I highly recommend it. If you have not been on a SuperSport, you need to get on one. This place, if you are local to Raleigh, Garcia Moto is one of the only places you can actually test drive a bike. You can't go to a regular Japanese dealer for Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, and go test drive a bike. But here we are with the bike. It's Italian, or if you're looking at a BMW bike that's German, you can come right in with your motorcycle endorsement. If you're serious about buying, you can go test drive one of these bikes and really see if it's what you want. But man, it is summertime, it is riding weather. Never better time to get to a Ducati, let me tell you. I love this bike, it sounds freaking good. See that, hear that? Oh my gosh, wow, it sounds good. I'm gonna go ride down here real quick. For all the Garcia Moto guys, see this on the Facebook page or YouTube, which one of you has a SuperSport? I'm interested to know what you guys think of what do you guys think of your SuperSport and why you got it and how it's been owning it so far, so you can maybe inform other people after having some miles under it what it feels like. Clutch is very forgiving, and that's the one thing I love about this too. Like, it's not jumpy at all. That person's garage just got hammered. Woo! Oh, it feels good. Oh, I love back roads. I love it. Little dirt. It is a beautiful day to be alive, and holy moly, it's good to be on a motorcycle. A little bump in here. And the SuperSport is also great for off-road. So good. You can go on jumps with these. Like, I'm just kidding. Do not do that. I'm not going to take this on gravel, just FYI. Oh my gosh, this thing has more than enough power for what you guys will use it for. Oh, this is fun. Little gravel, a lot of gravel. Nothing better than having the status of being on a Ducati, guys. Like, people just see them and they're like, it automatically levels you up. This has been one of my most fun test drives, and I'm usually a power guy, and this thing has power. I mean, more than enough. Guys, you got to try this out. If you're thinking, oh, I have to have a 1299 to feel like I have enough power, this thing will go. I'm pulling back into Garcia Moto, your favorite destination for BMW, Ducati, Indian, KTM, and Bimoto. Guys, it's been real. I will catch you next week. I'm gonna take you on a little tour inside today, why not? There's the other two SuperSports right here. Say hi. Carrie hates Ducati, so she kicks them down. Yeah. It's purebred gasoline and rock and roll.